falls down.
Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious, even to the point of soundlessness. Thereby, you can be the director of the opponent's fate.
Rappers that spit frail get impaled. I inhale chemtrails and leave 10 trails of human entrails. Looking for intel that ship sell. Primal fear is instilled. I ring bells. My music making them lose it. Known to go overboard like old folks on a cruise ship. I recoup it over a couple of movements. Recover the blueprints, redefining the music with knees to chins when the beef begins. Until you wheezing and bleeding within. This is torture. Best of all is sanctioned. My scorpion death drop, leaving opponents vanquished. The anguish and the horror of not seeing tomorrow. The only acceptable offer is a slaughter. Mecca, White Walker, Night Stalker, Compton, first class, one-way trips to life's author. Popping slugs to oxen blood. Then he popped his love in the boxing gloves. Death is the penalty, never no offset. And you caught dead in places you said you never want to be caught dead. And I'm Bolo young and bro don't run. It won't end pretty, so don't come. Juggle your body in the sky with enough force to storm a gun fort with one horse. Time to collect, you coming up short, up short. Welcome to Killer Instinct. This is the day your ship sinks. The day it all falls down. Ain't no way that I'ma calm down. The brutality, it's the way you gotta be. You made the decision to challenge me. Agree, miscalculation and mistake. Yeah. Welcome to Killer Instinct. Welcome to Killer Instinct. This is the day your ship sinks. The day it all falls down. Ain't no way that I'ma calm down. The brutality, it's the way you gotta be. You made the decision to challenge me. Agree, miscalculation and mistake. Yeah. Welcome to Killer Instinct. I body squads, I body songs. Walk on steaming coals and use my pinky toes for fire tongs. The savage is probably wrong, but I belong. Rappers can't give me work, they like Tommy Strong. A rage killing is way fitting. I don't mean chrome rims when I mention I keep the blade spinning. My instincts engaged, I'm enraged. Make a musical instrument from your rib cage. 20-year veteran in the game. You can't spell raw without the first two letters
started with that Nintendo for just a minute.
I'm just finishing up setting up the things, I believe you gotta pay. Come of age, I remain unafraid. The best description is probably UFC during the Hunger Games.
Hopefully the audio sounds alright.
My combat is the illest. Everybody's a critic and I don't know any limits. Got flared nostrils and scarlet eyes. I don't apologize for any I decide to lobotomize. No dollar signs will convince a compromise. I easily fossilize your kind of guys and all your pain or fade. Thanks in part to the laser blade. Gradual brain decay, unfortunately it ain't your day. It might blow up, but it won't go pop. Won't stop till I hit a bones pop.
The blaring sounds of one of the videos that is playing in the background right now, aside from this music on my laptop, is preventing me from being able to hear the audio. So hopefully it's loud enough for you guys. If not, we'll fix it during the show.
You made the decision to challenge me. Agree, miscalculation and mistake. Yeah. Welcome to Killer Instinct. Welcome to Killer Instinct. This is the day your ship sinks. The day it all falls down. Ain't no way that I'ma calm down. The brutality, it's the way you gotta be. You made the decision to challenge me. Agree, miscalculation and mistake. Yeah. Welcome to Killer Instinct.
Let's hope that works. I'm gonna have to just silence one thing on the news end that you guys can't see just yet, and wondering like, why is Joe saying he's having all these audio issues? Not a big audio issue, but there's a video playing somewhere here. Ah, there it is. There you are. Found the culprit. We found the culprit, guys. We found it. We took it down. Shut it down, right? That's what the kids say. That's what the kids call it. Just gonna audio check one more time. Down. Right. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds really good, actually. Alright, so let's get this show started. We are on limited time again. We're in Sky. Welcome. You made Samus do a moonwalk like no other space bounty hunter could. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Afterwork. Guys, show Burned Sky some love. That's an awesome username, by the way.
Last thing I remember is plotting up a scheme.
We're about to get started with that Nintendo show.
Called Avalanche. We were some revolutionaries using every trick in the book to bring the truth and nearly got killed on my last mission up in Midgard. Set off an explosion.
Great start to a weekend. We always start off Fridays with that Nintendo show. My schedule for Fridays is sort of changed a little bit, so after that Nintendo show is over, I go offline for about an hour and a half to record a show that I'm doing with Nintendo Theater and Talk
that I met her, and her name was Erin. Body wasn't the greatest, skin wasn't the fairest. Not someone I normally be interested in getting with, but something about her aura just told me she was
casual talk about Nintendo topics. It gets if you've seen the first episode, it can be very goofy with a little bit of, you know, some seriousness as well. It's a mix of everything. So I'm in the theater, can't hear you right now. Have fun.
So I dusted myself off and said hello. I apologize for the inconvenience and trying to go. But one thing about Erin, she was a strict shooter. Didn't wait to see if she had.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Terry. I thought I stopped Spotify. That was my bad. Now I gotta double check. I thought I stopped. All right, cool. We're good there. Let me just check that mic audio for a second here. I'm gonna raise it just ever so slightly. Maybe bring it up to like right there. Hope that makes things a little bit better. And we are on borrowed time, guys. That makes things a little... Yeah, that sounds good now. Better. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. Yeah, music for... Yeah, normally I'll turn off the music when I go to the... When I switch scenes after that intro, and... I guess I didn't quit Spotify. My bad. But here we go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been working all day, and now it's after work. I'm Joe. Welcome back to That Nintendo Show, your weekly Nintendo news show here on twitch.tv/JoAfterWork. Goes up over on youtube.com/JoAfterWork on Saturdays in a full video, full episode over there. You can also catch it in audio format on Saturdays as well on SoundCloud and iTunes. And if there's any other podcast preferences that I can try to get them on, please let me know either on Twitter, in the Discord, over on YouTube in the comment section below as well. I pay attention to all that stuff, so if there's some other popular podcast formats that I don't know about, definitely give me a heads up. And this week, we've kind of got a light news week for the most part, which is nice because it's allowed me to take time to actually play some games, catch up, play and beat Metroid Samus Returns. If you guys were here during the 7-hour live stream that we did on Monday, that was a feat and a half. I think I stayed up until about 2 o'clock in the morning getting through to the end of the game. We had I basically played through the second half of the game in about 7 hours. I think our overall time was close to 9 hours to beat that game. I think it was like 8:53, 8:59 or something close to 9 hours. So yeah, that was fun. Man, before we go down the pipeline, guys, what is up? I like to catch up with you guys in the chat after every topic that we talk about. And L1 watching some Lego Ninjagos with his kids and their cousins. Hope he's having a good time. Cool Cat up in the chat. Caroline, Perfect Sand, Twin World, Fornitus. You have been noticed. I have noticed you. Boom. Remember, guys, all month of September, if you're here on Twitch, they are doing what's called September, which is pretty cool. Half off, brand new sub. So if you've never subbed to my channel or any other streamer that you guys enjoy and want to show their support, but have not had the means because the $5 might be a little bit too much into budget, we totally understand. They've cut that in half for all month long for new subscribers. So hey, if there's someone out there, show them some love, show them that support. I know that they greatly appreciate it, and every bit means that they can create better quality streams for you guys down the road. This is a 9-hour stream too. No, this is not. This will be about an hour if we can break it down. So guys, we're gonna go down the pipeline. I don't know if the sound effect went through. I don't have my headphones on. I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna assume that the sound was made and rely on you guys to tell me, whisper me sweet nothings, and tell me that it's all okay. Because first thing we've got up today in the pipeline is Nintendo New York. This was yesterday, actually, Thursday as of this recording. They made an announcement on Twitter that, hey, if you get to our store at 4 p.m., the first 150 people will get wristbands for our midnight launch of the Super Nintendo Classic, which is great. What's not great is I probably won't be able to go there and actually get one launch night, which is cool. That is fine. You guys know I have my pre-order. I was able to get a few for other friends as well, which is great. I would go there probably for the experience, and see if I can get one more for another buddy of mine. So I have one more that texted me this morning, was like, hey, were you able to get one? Can you get me one? So I'm like, all right, if I can try to get you one, I absolutely will. I get out of work at 5 o'clock, so the odds of me getting a wristband for launch night is probably not going to happen. But hey, there's going to be plenty more people out there that are going to be able to get one of these in their hands, which is awesome. And that's just 150 for launch night. I'm sure they're going to have a plethora of them throughout the weekend at Nintendo New York, at least. I can't speak for some of the other, retail stores like your Best Buys and your Targets and, your Walmarts and all that stuff. Stock might be a little bit different there, but here in New York City, we are lucky enough, we are fortunate enough to have Nintendo New York, and they usually have a good stock. It's just the waiting online aspect that I really, really hate. But I like the fact that they're doing the wristband, so at least you're guaranteed one, and that you don't have to wait online at that point. Get your wristband, go home, have dinner with your friends, your family, and all that stuff, and then come back at midnight. Unless you want to be there for your experience, and I understand that. C&D is there right now. He's chilling. He's there for like the next 8 days as of this live stream, so he's been posting up videos every day on YouTube. I think it's I can't do math anymore. We're 7 days away, so what is that? That's 10 days. Yeah, so this is day 3 for him right now. That follow hype is real right now. Zapdos Utah, thank you for the follow. You made Samus do a moonwalk like the Space Bounty Hunter could. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Afterwork crew. That follow hype, yo. Terry's sending in the troops right now. Ugh. Dinner with friends or family? I don't share food. But who's excited for SNES Classic? This kind of crept up on me, man. Freaking, if you guys missed it, we did an unboxing for a bunch of Metroid Samus Returns stuff, and I have been stuck on Samus Returns. Like this, and I just started up SteamWorld Dig yesterday, because that came out the other day. So that now I'm like balancing between my time between the Switch and the 3DS again, which I guess is a good problem to have. I beat Samus Returns. I'm trying to 100% everything before I jump into fusion mode. Oh, man, I'm so hyped for that fusion mode. For those of you who have a 3DS and have not picked up Samus Returns, I can't recommend that game enough. It is a really, really good remake to that game. Addresses so many things, due to the limitations of the original Game Boy, of course, because the game originally came out in '91. Joe is just shy of 3 years old. 3 years old, I think I was. But anyway, that's besides the point. That game just like they added so many things. They took the maps and said, okay, here's the maps to the first one, to the original. We're gonna just put that to the side right there, and we're gonna take maybe that thing from this area, that thing from that area, and this other thing from that area, and we're gonna completely overhaul it and make it our own game, just with the premise of Metroid 2. And that's exactly what they did. They added elements of of Super Metroid in there, of course, with all the additional power-ups that the original didn't have. The areas are much more bigger than, the original. Again, from where we were, what, almost 30 years ago now, just over 25 years ago, to where things are now. Technology has changed a lot, and which is great. And even the combat system relies so heavily at the beginning of the game towards the towards that melee counter system, and it can be very grueling, which I highly recommend for those of you who pick up the game and haven't started it yet. Get down that counter system. It is going to be your best friend for about half of that game, and then afterwards you're pretty good. Like you'll get enough power-ups to sort of, you know, be able to destroy your enemies a little bit quicker, maneuver faster around the area, each area in the stage, and it's probably the most linear of the 2D platformers aside from Fusion for the most part. I feel like Fusion and Return to Samus, Samus Returns were probably the more linear of the Metroid series 2D platformer games, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It is a great game, and that's why I'm gonna leave it there. So I'm gonna jump back, see what's going on in the chat here. Anybody excited for that SNES Classic? I don't know why I say SNES Classic. I used to say Super NES growing up, but I never said SNES. Whoever says SNES is the devil. All right, that is not a thing. That is not a thing. I don't know where that came from. You put that thing back, okay? You take it over there. I don't need that SNES crap in this stream. All right, all right. You hear me right now? Oh yeah. Okay. Anyway, what's going on in the chat? Oh man, Gamer Express, what's going on, dude? Have fun with 100%. I think I've got 64% covered in the game. Do I have it loaded up? I don't have it loaded up. So it's actually pretty easy, and I recommend if you try to 100% the game before getting everything, you're not gonna get everything. So go through the game, enjoy it, get up to the final part, even beat the game, and then go back and explore, because the game really does rely on you beating the game or getting very close to, without spoiling things, getting very close to the end of the game before you can go back, because there are areas that are blocked off that are contingent on stuff that happens later on down the road. So just enjoy the game first. Whatever missiles you get, please get them. If you see a missile, do your best to get it. If you can't reach it, there is a reason you cannot reach it, and then you're gonna need power up to go back from there. Oh man, it's cool for the novelty, but I know it will be undershelved like the NES Mini, and scalpers will take advantage again, sadly. And I'm hoping, Terry, I am hoping, fingers crossed, everything that Reggie Fils-Aimé has said so far, that the amount of stock for launch of the SNES Classic is going to be that of what they had in total for the entire release of NES Minis up until where they stopped manufacturing them. They're actually bringing it back next summer as well, which is such an odd release date, a release window for something that was already out already. But I guess they're trying to, you know, hype up the Super NES first and then get through that, then change it back over to the NES Classic, and then maybe we get an N64 Classic at some point next year. Who the heck knows what Nintendo is thinking with this stuff right now? Oh my goodness. Whew. But fingers crossed, fingers crossed. If I can be able to find them and get them in the hands of as many people as I can, I will do so. I've got 4 of my friends covered right now, so now I'm on number 5 trying to get them covered. If I can get to Nintendo New York on time next Thursday, whew, wish me luck, guys. Put it back right now. To my SNES comment. Can I get a shrine in the background? Wait, what? Can I get a shrine in the background for me? Frenitis? I'm gonna chroma key this green screen that's behind me, and just put put a cat right there. I have no respect for people who buy things they don't want just to resell at a high price for profit and take advantage of people, you know? I get why people do it, I just find it sleazy. I 110% agree with you there, Terry. 110%. I don't buy into the scalping game. Like, I just, no, it's not cool. I don't get it. Like, everything that I'm buying, I'm just like, dude, just pay me whatever it is to get it to you, like the shipping and the cost of the thing, and then that is that. But yeah, no, I'm like, with what happened with the NES Mini, it was insane. I know a lot of people that were upset personally on my end that were like, and sorry, those are the dogs, that were like upset by the trying to be able to get these things and not being able to get one for them for like home use. Like, it sucks. So it's like, all right, you know what? I'm not even going to ask anybody. I'm just going to try to get whatever I can and freaking get it to my friends. Oh, man. It's sleazy. Folks need to stop buying from scalpers. That's the other thing, too. If people stop buying from them, scalpers would vanish. Dude. And what sucks is, at the end of the day, people will go and get them, and sometimes they might even get scammed. What sucks even more is that they spend the amount of money that is like maybe 2 times or 3 times the price, and they end up they may not get the product, which sucks. But moving on, we got some little updates here and there, but you can now enable 2-step verification for your Nintendo account, which I've pretty much done 2-step verification for everything. I know it's not for everyone because it involves putting in your phone number and everything to double verify, but it is an extra security feature that Nintendo is allowing with the Nintendo accounts, which I think is smart, especially with how popular the Switch has been so far and how they're going in hard right now into the fall season. You can actually find Switches right now. Anyone that says otherwise, do the research yourself. If you really want to pick one up, they are out there. And especially within the community, if I know, like, the Kind of Funny community has like this whole thing where like people are like helping other people get Switches if they're like in a different state, and like, hey, I have one at my store, if you want me to pick it up, let me know, blah blah blah, and then they're like helping each other out. It's crazy, but I think that's a cool additional feature as well. Up next, we got Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon details, which has like a surfing mini game in there and some other features, which is pretty dope. It seems like Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, they're adding a second layer to give it an extra breath of life, to be more like, hey, this is more than just a additional sequel. Like this isn't just a sequel. This isn't just like a parallel timeline or alternate timeline. However, they're describing this game to be, because there's a lot of rumors going on right now about how exactly this game takes place while Pokemon Sun and Moon is already in existence as well. But they're adding all these little awesome things and adding new areas and adding all these other things, which is pretty dope. Pokemon Company has shared its latest update on Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon with new info such as Mantine surfing and more that awaits in the Alola region. The Island Challenge is a ritual passed down in the Alola region. Its intention is to help children grow into full-fledged Pokemon trainers. To complete the Island Challenge, you must face the trials, so just like in the original Sun and Moon, but I believe there's going to be new trial challenges as well. Some trials in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon seem to play out in different ways than they did in Pokemon Sun and Moon, which is pretty cool, that they're at least changing it up to not be the exact thing. The other thing with like these sequel games where they were pretty much the same thing going forward, or continued the story but still had the same premise of like, you know, hey, you're still getting your 8 badges and yada yada yada. At least they're putting some thought into it and changing up some things so that way it's not exactly the same game for all intents and purposes that you would be getting the following year. I think this is awesome that Mina is actually giving you like a trial challenge too, because if I remember correctly, I think she gave us like her stone thing or whatever it was on a bridge, and that was it. And she was like the most potted Pokemon trainer out of all of them. There's even a new trial with Mina, one of the captains, who serves as guides for these trials, which is pretty cool. And there you go. There's How. There's Lily. The other thing with Lily is her outfit's different. She's wearing the outfit of like what at the end of spoilers at the end of Pokemon Sun and Moon, where she's going to Kanto, the Kanto region from Pokemon Red and Blue, which that would be awesome if we visit that. Which seems like, and she was holding a Pokeball in like the promo thing. Yep, there we go. There it is. Let's see if I can zoom in on this for you guys. So like she was like anti Pokemon trainer, using the Pokeballs and battling with Pokemon and everything. And then towards the end, you know, she started to understand a little bit more of like, you know, it's not just command your Pokemon, but like there is heart to everything that you're doing. So I wonder if you'll actually battle against Lily at some point. I forget homie's name, but Emo Kid is back, and he still looks the same. How looks like he's got a little bit more edge to him, but I feel like How is still gonna be How, no matter how you look at it. And then you've got your more darker looking Pokemon trainers that you pick, either your boy or girl, and then you go from there. They got their black hair, they're all like shadowed out. It's a little ominous, but still interesting. And I'm going to jump back into chat, see what you guys think about all this. Anyone planning on picking up Pokemon Sun and Ultra Moon? Draco, what's going on? We live up in this. If companies had better supply... Oh, going back to the SNES Classic. If companies had better supply of the items, the demand wouldn't be high to create the need for scalpers as well. It's a catch-22, you know? It's like... Nintendo's known for artificial scarcity as well. They've always controlled their inventory. I think with the Switch, it actually was a little bit different. Just a little bit. But... because there were actual legitimate manufacturing issues... with because the manufacturer that they use for certain things with the Switch was actually the same company that Apple was using at one point up until this generation of iPhone. So I can see where that mix up and, you know, that stalling sort of hindered Switch production a little bit. But now that that's all been resolved, I feel like that's going to get a little bit more back on track. With the SNES Classic and the NES Classic, I feel like those are novelty items. So those, I feel like... And they're based on, like, old hardware. So I can't imagine that they would just... You know, they'd probably play the safe route, especially after the Wii U, and just, like, do it limited to get these things out little by little, and... gauge the interest of the of everyone buying them. My whole thing is why not just put a pre-order button up and have everyone be able to pre-order one and just go from there, and that would eliminate I feel like that would eliminate a lot, not all of them, because you're never going to truly get rid of all the scalpers, but at least a good enough chunk that everybody that wants one would get one, and Nintendo would then know exactly how much they need to create and to get them out there, because they would make gangbusters that way, more so than they already are. Incineroar looks beast in that poster. Yo, Incineroar is the homie. I don't know who I want to pick for my starter this time around. We picked Litten, Team Litten up in there for our entire Pokemon Sun playthrough, but I have to change it up. It's either going to be Poplio or Owlet. I have no idea yet. No idea. And I think we all caught up, but we got a couple new followers as well. So hold on. I got to give these dudes a shout out. I mentioned Zapdos. Thank you again. Lauren. Omega Randy. Did he do an RKO out of nowhere? And Ranger Rainbow all made Samus do a moonwalk like no other Space Bounty Hunter could. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Afterwork group. Woo! That follow hype is real right now. Jeez, you guys are crazy. Trying to follow me. Y'all are insane. But more awesome news. What's a week of that Nintendo show without talking about Fire Emblem Warriors? You guys already know I am hyped for this game. It comes out in Japan next week. All right, I'm like this close to buying the Japanese version as well, just so I can play it a month early, and then we can play the game when it comes out here in the U.S. The restraint is so real right now. I didn't think I was gonna finish Samus Returns that quick, but I mean, oh man, we are in the thick of it, guys. We are in the thick of it, and just hold me back, guys. Hold me back. But anyway, Celica of Fire Emblem Shadows of Valencia fame is joining the battle in Fire Emblem Warriors, which is dope. She got an awesome trailer here as well. I am ready for this game. I'm ready for this game. Like and what's crazy is they're announcing all these characters. I don't think these are all the characters yet. Oh, Lynn. Oh my goodness. But it's awesome that we're getting Celica up in there. Breezing through these pretty quickly. Again, short news week, so small news week, so a lot of small stuff. Doom finally got a preview. A lot of people were getting to preview this. As you guys know, during the Nintendo Direct, one of the big announcements was Bethesda not just giving us Skyrim, but giving us a Doom port and Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, which is a new game. We'll get it on Switch a couple months later in 2018. I almost said 2118. In 2018, and the game looks so okay. I'm still not entirely sold on Doom running smooth on Switch. Despite what everyone has said so far, I've watched this specific video from GameSpot of them playing in handheld mode and then tabletop mode, where they played with the Switch and then had the kickstand for the Switch pulled out to sit on the table, hence tabletop mode. And the game looks like it. So the game's locked in at 30 frames per second. The other thing, excuse me, is the game itself looks good according to the camera. Again, they couldn't capture like dock footage because I think Nintendo wants to prove a point with these games that they are running really smooth in handheld mode and serving the purpose of, hey, you can take this on the go. This isn't a game that is going to hiccup under 30 frames a second. Granted, first-person shooters usually nowadays at least will run at a 60 frame per second because of you know how quick. I'm terrible at terminology for SPS games, but basically, you know, a lot of like Twitch-based shooters, you're gonna need that fluidity, that ability to be able to just turn around very quickly and bam, snipe a dude from halfway across the court, you know. And I know that was a very poor explanation of FPSs, and you guys now know where Joe stands on FPS games. I'm terrible at them. I suck at them. I don't really play them, but I like Doom. I like Wolfenstein. I beat the remake on PS4 actually. Either I beat it or I know how it ends. I know how it ends for sure. I didn't play the New Order though, but I'm hoping that we get the first Wolfenstein before New Colossus comes out. Maybe Bethesda will surprise us. But my problem with the gameplay trailer that you guys are seeing right here, and again, this is over from GameSpot, so check them out, sub to their YouTube channel, all that stuff, and everything looks like it runs smooth, but then I noticed that and again, this is me being super nitpicky, and maybe no one else has picked up on this. Every time there's an enemy on screen, it would crossfade into what happens after the battle. I feel like that's the most important part, because I feel like that's where we're going to see whether or not this game can hold the 30 frames per second or not. Because what happens in right now with Knights of Azure, with Dragon Ball Xenoverse, I don't care what you guys might think about the quality of that game compared to this, because at the end of the day, they're all running on the Switch. But even games like Troll and I, where the game just, the frame rate just disintegrates when there's multiple enemies on screen. And that is my worry right now about Doom and Wolfenstein and these games coming over to Switch. I'm excited that they're coming, but at the same time, I I need to see it for myself. Like, I need it in my hands, and I need to actually, like, be there and be like, okay, this game can handle that many enemies. Because there are points in Doom, let me tell you, it gets insane, and there are enemies on top of enemies on top of enemies in the screen. I don't know if they're going to downplay it by showing, you know, maybe a couple of enemies on the screen as opposed to the massive amounts that they had, and that's how they're going to counteract being able to keep up with the frame rate. I don't know. That's just my little rant about this, and I want to check in with you guys about what's going on here. Am I just overlooking this? Am I in the wrong on this? Am I going too far by saying I won't believe it until I actually have this thing in my hands? CB Nuttree, what's going on? LOL, you have a lot of games to beat yet. Mario Rabbids is next on the list. That is one for sure. And then I think we're caught up. For the most part, we finished all our Metroid games. Mario plus Rabbids, yeah. And I'm going to try to finish that this weekend. That's the goal. World 4. We're right there. Last world. Your distaste for FPS sounds like me with platformers, RTS, and turn-based games. Terry's like, yo, we're complete opposites, dude. I like my and it's not that I hate FPSs. I'm just terrible at them. I suck at them. So when we do our Nintendo Spotlight for Doom, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be cringeworthy. It's gonna be like that Cuphead video that everyone's going crazy about. Oh man, 30 FPS? Ugh. No, Nintendo isn't good at making quality hardware. You're pretty much right on track. Aw, that... Let's not go that far. I wasn't talking about the hardware itself. Oh man. Let me guess, they're porting Destiny 2 on the Switch. No, but Bungie, one of the people at Bungie said Destiny 2 would be pretty interesting on Switch. And I'll be right back, guys. I just got to let the cat out. We'll do more shout-outs, and then we'll jump back into the next news topic. I'm just going to pause this video here. Hoo-yeah. Destiny 2 would be crap on the Switch. You never know until they figure... hey, someone might find a way to make it happen. You never know. But 2D side scroll is the devil. when you play more of them, you get used to it. It's like you play one, you'll gradually see where elements from other platformers come from. Unless it's Mega Man, then it's just plain. Then yeah, that series is plain evil. Oh man, but before we move on, we got a couple more shots. Wow, we are getting follows like insane right now. What the heck is happening? Jam Prince, Great Bomba. I almost said Great Goomba. That would have been awesome. Extreme Geo Dude, nice. Kytronicus? I hope I said that right. Thank you guys for the follows. You guys are insane. What is happening right now? I hate them. Terry's like, no, I hate them. They are evil. No. She's not having it. She's not having it, guys. And happy 32nd birthday to our mod, my boy, CB Nuttree. Yo, guys, show him some love in the chat. And we're gonna move on to the next one because we're like speed running through this news show today. And just a quick fun fact, I won't go too deep into this news article, but the team behind Doom Switch is also porting Rocket League to Nintendo Switch. So fun fact right there. Panic Room, I believe Panic Button, I think, is the dev that's working on both of those. So I that's a great... oh man, if these guys know how to pull this off, man, imagine if they have their own game that comes out eventually and really gets down and dirty with like the nooks and crannies of a Switch to make a really awesome game on there. I'd be excited for that. And more in the rumor mill of well, not rumor mill because it is one of someone from Square Enix. I think it might have been Tabata himself, but this comes by way of GameSpot. Nintendo Switch version of Final Fantasy 15 under investigation, Square Enix says. Square Enix is having frank discussions with Nintendo about the potential port, and we're not talking about that mobile game that was announced, Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. We're talking about the legit Final Fantasy 15. So with Final Fantasy 15 coming soon to PC and Chibi Pocket version on the way to mobile devices, the only major platform that the acclaimed RPG has yet to arrive on is Nintendo Switch. However, it appears Square Enix is certainly looking to bring the game to Nintendo's console as well. Speaking of Eurogamer, Final Fantasy 15 director Hajime Tabata said his team was running tests into whether a Switch port would be feasible. We're actually doing very specific technical investigations into what's possible at the moment, Tabata said. We've completed those tests and have worked out where the ground lies. We're currently in the middle of the discussion and debate about what we should be doing and how to realize that on the Switch. While Switch may not be as powerful as PS4 or Xbox One, that doesn't necessarily prelude it from receiving a port of Final Fantasy 15. One thing we value is to optimize the way the game plays and the experience for the individual hardware it's on, rather than a one-size-fits-all approach, Tabata said. We can't currently announce anything. We haven't come to a full decision on the best way to do it. We're having very open, frank discussions with Nintendo at the moment about what they think is the best thing to do. So, aside from Bethesda actually bringing out ports like it's nobody's business, Square Enix realizing, hey, Switch seems to be a very opportunistic and lucrative moment for developers to make money off of. And I like the fact that Square is still thinking outside of the box, trying to get some of these games over to the Switch would be really cool. Granted, I'm sure a lot of people have played Final Fantasy 15 at this point. I feel like I keep hearing this more and more on other podcasts that I listen to, and a lot of people just go and say, well, I would definitely buy it on the Switch just to be able to take it on the go. And hey, that's your prerogative if you want to do that. I also understand if you don't want to spend the additional $60 to buy a game again and play it on the go, especially when you can't really do a cross save from that point on, unless Square comes up with something there like they did with Dragon Quest. What was it, Dragon Quest 11, where the 3DS save files can cross save with the PlayStation 4 version of that game because there's no Switch title yet, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm on the minority that didn't like Final Fantasy 15. I was just bored with it. I got up to a certain point. The game is really cool, and I'm coming from, I loved Final Fantasy. I played everything up until 8. I skipped 9, which I know is a travesty, and that's re-released on the PlayStation 4, so I might have to pick that up. But I did play 10 and 10-2. 10-2. Oh gosh, yeah. Anyway. And I played 13. Sorry, I did play 13. Gosh, I did play with 13. Oh, man. And I'm playing 14. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to shut up. I have played a majority of the Final Fantasy games, I guess. Now that I'm thinking about it. Wow, okay. But 15, it was cool. I like that they modernized it. I didn't finish it, though. Like, I don't know. I feel like I fell off. Early on, too. Like, I was fighting Titan. And then that was where I more or less stopped. I was like, okay, I'm good now. I'm all right. And not to downplay the game or anything. I don't know. There was just something that still didn't feel Final Fantasy to me anymore at that point. And I know there are a lot of people out there that love that game. Maybe it was just the wrong time for me to play it. Maybe I just wasn't in that right frame of mind to play that game. Maybe if it does come out on the Switch, maybe I'll be one of those people that'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll pick it up. I'll play it on the Switch because now I'm able to take it on the go. That's the main reason I grew up handheld gaming. The Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, Color, Advance, DS, 3DS, like, this was my main way of playing video games. You know, we had Super Nintendo growing up, we had NES growing up, but like I would always get lost in the Game Boy, and you know that, oh man, I can talk about hours about that. But before we move on to the next subject, I'm just gonna get that going up and jump in with you guys. Can you smell what the Deadeye is cooking? Yo, Deadeye, what's going on, dude? Dragon for 9s, that's a bad move, period. I give thee my blessing, CB. Oh my goodness. Oh, the happy birthday love for CB. Nice. Once Joe wishes me a happy birthday. Oh, there we go. My life is complete, as is my day. I got a bearded dragon. What? Like a legit bearded dragon? It's a beautiful game, but it didn't grab me. Yeah. Like, and I'm trying to figure out what it is, because I always like to know what it is that didn't grab me about it. Like, was it this thing right here that I just kind of fell off? I no idea. Like, it was an awesome boss battle, that Titan battle, but then I didn't feel like it was a Final Fantasy battle at the same time. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Felt like the Backstreet Boy reunion where they were stuck in a driving sim that was always a rock collecting sim with a touch of bass, bro. Yo. Oh my goodness. I only liked it since it was my first one. Did you beat it, Deadeye? Alright, we're gonna knock out these next quick ones because I got to go and record a show with Guru and Nintendo Talk in 30 minutes, and then we'll jump back on stream here at around 10:30 Eastern time, so that'll be an hour and a half from when I end the stream. But we'll rush through this last bit and then we'll get out of the pipeline. And this is a pretty cool one. Everyone forgets. Not everyone forgets, but I don't think people remember because it's only been out for 6-7 months. But the Switch Joy-Cons have this IR camera sensor. It actually indicates objects and everything, object sizes and whatnot with the right Joy-Con stick, which is pretty cool. And Capcom is taking advantage of that with both Revelations 1 and 2 Switch versions. So if you do end up using the Joy-Cons through your playthrough, you can actually reload them. Reloading. You actually reload your guns like that, or you can pull out a knife and swing around with the knife on there. Kind of similar to, what was it? Resident Evil 4, I feel like, did something similar. I know you swung with the right hand to knife somebody, and then which is cool. You just knife somebody with the Wiimote. And I thought you can reload the same way with the Wiimote. So that's kind of cool that they are throwing back to, you know, their experience with products on the Wii, which is cool. Move the Joy-Con IR motion sensor closer to your hand. Oh, nice. Okay, so that's how you end up using the knife, which is dope. So that's pretty cool. That's a nice little tidbit. Again, small news week. Let's get out of the pipeline, guys. I gotta make sure I hear this. There we go. We're out of the pipeline, guys. And
here we go!
To the eShop drop, guys. Let's find out what we can pick up this week on the Nintendo eShop. Every Thursday, it updates. You can buy games on 3DS, your Switch, sometimes your Wii U, because games still come out on that. And every Thursday, we normally go through the Nintendo eShop. We play a few games. We pick up a few games from there, and I do a show called Nintendo Spotlight, where we showcase some of these games for about 30 minutes or so. And, you know, we give that spotlight to the dev that has worked very, very hard. Sometimes there's 1 or 2 people making those games, to as many as, you know, a small team of maybe 20 to 50 people that are working together really hard on awesome games. And we play them for a bit and ultimately decide whether or not it is worth the asking price. So you can check those out on Thursdays, and they go up on YouTube in episodic breakouts. I believe tomorrow, Saturday, we have Double Dragon 4 going up from last week. You can see the bridge today. We did that one. And we had a couple of good ones this week as well. But guys, let's burn through these real quick, and then we will do our first of 3 giveaways for the game, for probably the big game that has come out this week, which is SteamWorld Dig 2 from Image and Form. Image and Form. Oh my goodness. Image and Form Games. I'm sorry. That is terrible. That was terrible of me. But you can pick it up for $19.99 on the Nintendo Switch. And this is a game that will eventually come out, or has come out on other consoles. No, actually, you know what? I think this was first to Switch, and then it's coming out to consoles at a later date. But you can pick it up on Steam as well, which I have a few Steam codes. I'm going to be giving them out throughout the week. Thank you, Image and Form, again for those additional Steam codes. So we'll give the first one out after the eShop drop before we end the show. And adventure awaits below the surface. SteamWorld Dig 2 takes you on a platform mining adventure forged in Metroidvania flames. When an old trading town is struck by mysterious earthquakes, it's up to a lone Steambot and her unlikely companion to uncover what trembling terrors lie beneath. So, to kind of give you the Cliff Notes version of how the gameplay works in this game, it is a little bit of the Metroidvania in terms of the exploration, revisiting older areas with new power-ups that you get throughout the game. The game does have a very linear story, however. You will find yourself having trouble if you just jump in to the next destination after destination, because the game does rely on you exploring around, getting the minerals, to, you know, sell, to trade, and then upgrade your equipment as you go forward, your inventory, to be able to carry more items that you find throughout the areas that you're mining, you're digging. It's a little bit of Dig Dug as well, because you're just straight up legitimately, you are digging through mines and opening new paths, and those paths will stay open, and it'll actually show you on your map what you have digged out, to the points of like checkpoints and caves that you've gone in to do different puzzles. There are cogs that you get to then upgrade the items that you have received throughout the game so far, or that you have purchased from your hub world as well, which is really, really dope. And it's been a really fun game so far. It takes place after SteamWorld Dig 2, so Rusty, who was in the first one, is missing, and his partner, which I believe she was in the first one, and her name escapes me. I've been playing for the game for a couple of hours, and I've forgotten her name already. That's bad. But I've been having a blast so far. I think with me, I am torn right now because I'm still playing another a Metroid game on my 3DS right now, trying to 100% everything, and want to replay the game a few more times at the very least, and to jump into this game as well, and spending as much time as I can to you know, give you guys a formal thought on it. I've spent about 4 hours on the game, maybe, exploring around, leveling up, giving you know, getting through different story areas as well. I'm not sure how long the game is, but it's got a lot to it for a $20 game as well. Image and Form has worked very, very hard on this game, and I thank them for one, giving me a review copy and giving me 3 codes to give away to you guys. So we'll do that after eShop drop, and we'll get through this real quick, guys. Also, you can pick up Seldom, Drop, Connect, Erase for $29.99 on the Nintendo Switch, and here we go. Connect and Erase. The game has been refreshed with updated graphics and gameplay, but retains its arcade charm with its catchy music and unique style that have been fan favorites for many years. Dragonball Xenoverse 2 for $49.99 on a Nintendo Switch. We did a Nintendo Spotlight on this a couple weeks back because it did come out on the Japanese eShop, but it is the Dragon Ball Xenoverse that you know from PlayStation 4 and Xbox One if you have those. And what's really cool is you create your own character, you put them in that world. They have different races, so like you could be a Namekian, you could be a Saiyan, you could be a human, you could be a Boo, which is awesome. And you go back in time as like a time patrol trooper, and you go through certain events throughout the DBZ timeline and correct them, because there's another team that's corrupting these timelines and making things happen that shouldn't be happening in the actual DBZ timeline. Lego Ninjago movie video game for $59.99. This is got to be like the 4th or 5th Lego game, full-size Lego game coming to the Switch, which is awesome. Another game ported over to this. Oh, sorry, that Ninjago game wasn't ported over. The movie came out today, so that was in tandem with the movie. But Pokken Tournament DX, $59.99 on Nintendo Switch. comes unlocked with all the characters from the original Pokken Tournament on the Wii U. I did pick this up. I want to do a Nintendo Spotlight on it. I want to get my butt whooped. It's more Pokemon. They added a couple more Pokemon characters in there and a couple more new supports. Abdallah Smash, I'll shout him out. He's got like tutorials up if you guys really want to get seriously competitive in the Pokken Tournament scene and learn those combos, learn those characters, weaknesses, and whatnot. Check him out. Abdallah Smash 026, I believe, is the full YouTube channel. If you just type in Abdallah Smash, you'll find him. And then, of course, we got Pokemon Gold and Silver digitally on the 3DS for $9.99 each. I have them there, and what's cool is they come with themes as well, so you can get theme codes to put on your 3DS. I still have my Samus Returns theme on there. I'm not changing that for a while, but Gold and Silver, another very special generation for me growing up. I had to get them. I had to show that support. It was sort like seeing that happen just put a smile on my face, and I was like, I got chills right now talking about it now. But I want to go back. I want to play those. Like, and it's like that's the problem. It's like I know I'm gonna have to hold off because of all the new games that we got to play on the channel, but I want to go back and play Pokemon Silver so bad. That was the version that I bought. I was the red kid and I was the silver kid. Like, oh man. But there you go. You can pick it up $9.99 on the eShop digitally. And before we'll get out of the eShop drop.
So long, Bowser.
And I'll catch up with you guys in the chat. We'll do the giveaway for SteamWorld Dig, and then we'll talk about this cool little tidbit for our Fizame moment of the day, or I guess I can say our Iwata moment of the day, which is very weird to say. But CB Nuttree, dude, 300 bits, you're freaking crazy. Thank you so much. You are our bit boss, but or stream boss. Sorry, Streamlabs, our stream boss. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm passing out food coma inbound, Deadeye. I will see you on the other side. Silver and gold Nintendo DS store. Yes. I was red and silver too. Yo, CB, this is why we get along. This is why you're one of our mods. Oh, I knew you were awesome. You get more awesome every day. Let me shout out everybody that has just followed in like the last 20 minutes. I was burning through the rest of the show here. We got Cross Neverland, Fame Ganster, Ganga Kodos, Ken Bond, Ramen Death. You all made Samus do a moonwalk like no other Space Bounty Hunter could. Thank you for the follow and welcome for 2D Afterwork crew. Jeez, Jiminy Christmas. Dark Qualav, what's going on, man? Shy City, what's going on? I heard this is the guy with What? Out of control. SteamWorld Dig 2 has been fun to play so far. Twin World. Oh, he left. No, Twin World, I love you. I'll see you later. Joe, you need to see the pic I'm putting you. Oh my goodness, I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. What is this? I need to see now. I need to see. Someone 3D printed. Has science gone too far? Someone 3D printed a Joy-Con controller, but it's a cup holder in the middle instead of like just not only connecting the two Joy-Cons together, it's also a cup holder as well. That's pretty awesome. I need one of those. I will spill everything on myself. Yo, CB, you're crazy right now. Dude, it's your birthday. Don't give me money. It's your birthday. Oh my god. Thank you for the bits again. CB, are you drunk already? Is it that time? Early birthday celebrations? You're out of control, bro. Thank you, dude. Joe, did you know did you know that your total follower is spelt wrong? Yo, I have it updated. I do have it updated. I swear I have it updated. I have it. I have the updated one. Oh, tell me I did. Oh, man. Exposed. Nope, that's not even the right. No, it's on my hard drive then. All right. I freaking, oh man, oh well, it's fine. We fix it in post when we can. Hashtag exposed. Oh my goodness. No, but I might be getting a bit lit on my stream tonight. Uh-oh, Joe trying to cover it up. Exposed. Cover it up. Cover it. It never existed. It never existed. We love you anyway. Aw. I feel the love. Thanks, guys. Another 100 bits from C. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got to end this show. CV. Oh my goodness. But this was an awesome post. I'm going to do a YouTube video on how to do this because I haven't done it on my Switch yet. But the way to do it is really awesome. So I'll kind of word it out for you. But there is a hidden golf game. This rumor has been since made true. A few days ago, it was announced that there's a golf game hidden on the Nintendo Switch. And it's a NES golf game that Iwata coded. Satoru Iwata, he was the former president of Nintendo of America up until last year when he sadly passed away July 11th. And what's really, really cool here is that he's forever embedded into the Switch. And in this game, because of his past of being able to code games. He worked with HAL Labs for such a long time before moving into role at Nintendo in the late 90s, early 2000s, and then eventually becoming president of Nintendo. What's really, really cool is just messes with your head is you have to set your Nintendo Switch to July 11th, the day Satoru Iwata passed away. And from there, once you set the date, you do, in these Nintendo Directs, Satoru Iwata would always open up and he would do Nintendo Direct and he'd do his pose. You do that with the Joy-Cons and you will hear his voice, which that just messes with me even more. And then from there, the game unlocks and it'll be on your Switch. So that thing has been buried in the Switch and no one has found that out until now, which that's crazy. And just to read this tweet from Justin Epperson, golf is embedded in the Switch firmware and Japan Internet is calling it an amamori or charm from Iwata. Now, amamori, I want to look up what this exactly means because I think it has a more personal touch to the word than just it being a word. So here we go. We're going to go to the wikis. First time we're going on wikis here on the show. We're doing it. But the word mamamori means protection, with mamamori being the Sonkeigo, horrific form of the word to protect. Originally made from paper or wood, modern amulets are small items usually kept inside a brocade bag and may contain a prayer, religious inscription, or invocation. Wow. Whew. Okay, that's deep already. Amamori are available at both Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples with few exceptions and are available for sale regardless of one's religious affiliation. Wow, that's crazy. They're mainly viewed as a donation to the temple or shrine. The person is wow. Okay, I'm not gonna read this anymore because I'm gonna start tearing up right now if I keep going. But I think that is really, really cool, and that is an awesome the dude already was lives on. Nintendo fans everywhere, but that is really cool that you have a piece of Wata wherever you go in the Switch. And I'm gonna leave the show on that. I think that's a nice note to leave on. I'm gonna catch up with you guys in chat after we close out here, but that has been that Nintendo show for September 22nd, 2017. I've been your host, JoAfterWork. You can find me here on twitch.tv/JoAfterWork Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, streaming normally sometime around the 7:30 Eastern time marker. I'm back at that point where work is getting crazy, so my schedule here on Twitch is getting a little crazy, but I will still be streaming on weekends. It'll be a little more sporadic, but at some point it will teeter out and go back to our normal stream schedule. Just bear with me these next few weeks, but I will still continue to give you guys that Nintendo show on Friday nights for sure. Oh man, what else? What was I gonna say? Yeah, I've already screwed up this outro. Sorry, I'm like really touched by this, but yes, you can find me here every Friday, twitch.tv/JoAfterWork, that Nintendo show, your weekly Nintendo news show where we discuss Nintendo news, we chat it up in the stream. It's a conversational podcast, so if there's anything that I missed out news-wise, let me know in the comment section of the YouTube videos afterwards. Hit me up on Twitter at JoAfterWork. Chat with me over in the Discord. I leave those links in the descriptions of the YouTube videos. I will start to leave them in the podcast descriptions as well for SoundCloud and iTunes for you guys going forward, along with all the links to everything I talked about here today. So with that, guys, take care. Love y'all. That was an awesome show, guys. I'm just going to hit the stop on the record button here. I'm going to chat with you guys for a couple more minutes, and then I got to go record an episode of Planet That Nintendo with Nintendo Guru and Nintendo Talk. But I will be back on at about 10:30 Eastern Time. We're going to do a Nintendo Spotlight for SteamWorld Dig 2. And oh, crap. We got to give away the first code for SteamWorld Dig, right? Oh, man. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Ooh. Here we go. And did we get a couple more followers when I was like... Okay, no, I did catch up. I caught up. Okay, good. Whew, scared me there. Thanks for the stream. Thanks, Nightbot. Terry, dude, thank you so much for showing up. I don't know if any of those people that followed tonight were from your crew, but thank you for the support. You are awesome. For those of you who don't know, Terry is an awesome variety streamer. Show her some love. Check her out if you haven't already. Perfect Sand and that SteamWorld Dig too. Yo, it's about to go down right now. It's about to go down. Remember, if you are a sub, you don't have to be in the stream to win a copy. And for those of you who are in the chat, as long as you guys are following this channel and are in the chat right now, you have a chance to win this copy. And there will be 2 more throughout the weekend. I figure I'll do one here on Twitch, I'll do another one on YouTube, and then I'll figure out how to give away the last one. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. So let's see. What do I need to click here? Mods, regulars, subscribers, users, right? Isn't that how it's done? Click, click, there we go. Hoo-yah. Joe, before it starts, if I win, re-roll it. Win, re-roll. Oh, yeah, that's right. Deadeye. Yo, Deadeye kept winning like every month. It was kind of crazy. Oh, man. All right, if everyone just types in once. Yes, I got you, you stupid mosquito. You've been in here for 2 days. Just call me Joe Mosquito Killer. Draco's up in there. He's listed. Who else? I know we have a couple more peeps up in here, too. Whoa, how the hell did we have 25 people up in here? Are you serious? That can't be real. We don't have 25 people up in here, right? Wow, we have a lot of people up in here. Guys, wow, thanks for sticking out so long. Those of you who don't know, that doesn't make sense. I see 25 people when I click the crossbar, but I see 7 viewers total on the thing. That can't be accurate. It must have. Twitch must be bugging out right now. Oh, that's it. Yeah, as long as you type, you're in there. Boom. It should. I'm just getting Nightbot to read everybody on the list. So if people type in, and just remember, as long as you are following, you are a part of this. So you also have to follow. Twitch is twitching. Twitch is weird. Yeah, that is very strange. Wow. Okay, anyway, guys, let's do this. We are gonna gunsta roll right now. So our first winner for this weekend for our SteamWorld Dig 2 giveaway. This is a Steam copy, so you have to have Steam in order to play this game. Twitch's beast. Here we go, guys. Let's go. And oh wait, let me mark freaking Nightbot ineligible. We don't want Nightbot winning. Oh my goodness. Yo, that's funny. Alright, and here we go. Can I roll, please? Hello? Oh, snappies. Oh, snappies. Cool Cat Terry just won. Copy of SteamWorld Dig 2 on Steam right now. Yo, Terry, congrats are in order. Yeah, let's show that love for Cool Cat Terry. And again, if you guys aren't following her, show her some love. Hit that heart on her channel. You hover over her username. There's a heart. Hit it. Make it alive. Make it beat. Make it beat. Make it beat. All right, Terry, I am going to send this over to you in just a couple minutes. Gotta get my email up, and we're gonna email you. I mean, not email you, but we're gonna send you a whisper. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna whisper Cool Cat Terry. Don't forget there's an underscore beneath in between the Cool Cat and the Terry. Yeah. Gotta put that underscore and type in the T-E-R-R-I. For some reason, I can't. There we go. We found you. We found you. Boom. Cool Cat Terry, thank you for being an awesome supporter of the Afterwork crew. Guys, once again, Cool Cat Terry won our SteamWorld Dig 2, our first of 3 for this weekend. I'm going to do one for the YouTube channel. I'll do a separate video for that, throw it up over there, and then I'll figure out what to do with the third one afterwards. And I'm going to hit up Image and Form again just to see, because they gave me also a Steam review copy, but there was a mix-up with the codes, so I ended up, the code that they gave me ended up being a regular game, so I couldn't add in the review code. So I'm going to ask if I can give that one away before I just go ahead and give it away. So there might be a fourth one this weekend as well, and I'll figure out how to give away those last ones if that's the case. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. This has been awesome. Sing it, Joe. Sing it, yo. I even gave a ditty as well. Oh. Doing post-game stuff again on Monster Hunter Stories. Nice. Wah, 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 wah. Well, I meant if Nightbot wins. Oh man, it's accurate. Remember, some people might be working on watching via host. You know what? That makes sense. That does make sense, Terry. Because I was like, why does it show 26? Like, I even see 26 people, but on the actual viewer count it was 6. So I guess it's counting them from other hosted channels, which that does make sense. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That's the most we've had on stream in a long time. So guys, if you enjoy this, I'm here every Friday doing this show. This is our podcast. It airs on YouTube the next day. And then I also put this out in audio formats on Saturdays as well. So if you can, check it out on SoundCloud and iTunes. If you guys missed anything, you can catch up on the older episodes as well that way. Also as well on YouTube. And I will be continuing Mario plus Rabbids this weekend. We're going to try to finish that off on Saturday. And then as far as tonight goes, I'm going to do as many Nintendo Spotlights as I can starting at 10:30 p.m. tonight. I've got to go now and do a recording for Planet Nintendo over for Nintendo Talks YouTube channel. So I'll be doing that for the next hour. And then I'll be back here on Twitch. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. Thank you again for everybody that followed this last hour and a half. That's been insane. We're at 433 followers right now, and at 500 I will be dressing up as Link, as a Gerudo from Breath of the Wild. So just, if you don't know what that even means, just type in Link Gerudo costume Breath of the Wild and you will know exactly what it looks like. It'll be a fun time at 500. So guys, thank you so much again. I will see you all hopefully in an hour and a half, and that'll be for SteamWorld Dig's Nintendo Spotlight. And with that, take care. Love y'all guys.